Now to a follow-up that we first brought to you back on Wednesday. A massive animal rescue out of Hadley keeps getting bigger. More than 300 animals, including illegally owned wildlife, were seized from a single property where they were starving out in the cold. Western Mass News reporter Reagan Lockery live in studio with the growing scope of this rescue. Reagan.
Chris, what started as a rescue of 150 animals has now exploded to 315. It all began a few days ago on Lawrence Plain Road in Hadley, where MSPCA officers discovered more than 150 animals living in horrific conditions. The animals were thin, living outdoors in the cold without enough food or water. Many were farm animals, but rescuers also found wildlife being kept illegally, including Canada geese and deer. But as the rescue continued, the numbers kept climbing. By Thursday, that count had nearly doubled to 250 animals. Today, the total now stands at 315 animals of all different species. The massive rescue operation took several hours and required teamwork between Hadley Police, the MSPCA, Mass Wildlife, and Environmental Police. All 350 animals are now receiving medical care at MSPCA Angel facilities. Now, the property owner could face multiple animal cruelty charges. MSPCA officials say despite the long road ahead, they're hopeful all 350 animals will eventually find safe, happy homes. Reporting live in studio, Reagan Lockery for Western Mass News.